Hi everybody. Today we're going to make a quick chicken pot pie in a regular size pie plate. First thing we're going to do is you can either make your own pie crust or you can buy it. Your choice. So I bought a pie crust, which I normally don't. I like my homemade pie crust. So first things we're gonna do is the pie crust is going to go over our big pie plate. So let's see how great this is gonna go, because this is a good size one. So this is just an easy way to make it. I normally just like making everything myself, but now I'm looking to share videos with people that show that you can eat pretty cheap, fill that belly, and you know, just save a buck here or there. All right, so now first thing, I will give you the recipe. So for this single pie plate, the pie plate is like 9.5 inches, but it's a pretty deep one. It is a deep pie crust dish. So you're gonna use 1 pie crust for the bottom, homemade or store-bought, 1 can of cream of chicken soup, and you can always adjust that if that's not enough for you. 1 can of mixed vegetables. In the cream of chicken soup, I'm going to add some poultry seasoning, and I'm using Campbell's cream of chicken soup. You can use whatever brand you like. So first, I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of the poultry seasoning in here, because most every good cream of chicken pie, or chicken pot pie rather, sorry, has some of that good poultry seasoning in it. So you're just gonna have to mix it in there. And then we're just gonna put the cream of chicken soup, spread it on the bottom. Now you're gonna have water from the vegetables. So if you find that this isn't enough of the cream in your chicken pot pie, you can always adjust it, but you gotta remember the vegetables are gonna thin it out. I really want to put 2 cans in here, to tell you the truth. So that's what we're going to do with that. 1 second. Hang on there, everybody. I wasn't going to put the second can in, but that's what I really want to do. So I'm putting the second one in. So it's probably going to take up too much room, but I want that creamy liquid in there. I'm big about that stuff. Okay, so there we have that. Now I'm juggling around here, you know, making a couple of things at one time to put away in the freezer. So we also have our meat that's already cooked, and I chose the grilled chicken. So what we're gonna do is put the grilled chicken in on top of this. Well, let me see here. Sometimes these things don't open so easy. I tried to have them open, but... So now we're gonna put the meat in on top of this. And of course, some people like a lot of meat, so let's see. I'm gonna put 2 of these in. Kind of put them in there evenly so that everybody gets, you know, a good mix of whatever you put in here. I wanted the little potatoes in here too, the little dice pieces, but I didn't do that. I didn't get the canned vegetables that have that in it, which a lot of people like the potatoes in there, so what am I forgetting? Oh, my mixed vegetables. I was in such a hurry. Let me pause this. So now we're gonna put our canned vegetables on here and try to get them all over. Make sure you get all those veggies out of that can. Sorry, I like to throw my things away and clean up as I go along. So, looking pretty nice, isn't it? Now, we are going to put the top on. So you might want to put maybe a few drops of water. I don't know. I'm going to do this anyways because I like a little bit of the sauce in there. And next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the crescent rolls because it tastes really good that way. Although I'm a huge pie crust lover, I love making my homemade pie crust. But we're gonna do it this way and see what you think. Wait till you see how easy it is to make the top and see where to cut it. It's really kinda neat. Okay. So you're gonna unroll them and you're gonna get triangles. And this got a little bit warm, so this could be a problem. Okay, so this is gonna go wedged. I don't think you can see it the way I have the camera right now, but we'll see. Yeah, this got a little bit warm. Sorry about that, so it may not look as pretty, but so you're just gonna try and fit them together like this. And then when you cut it, you're gonna have those openings there. This can has 8 of these in it. So may not look perfect when we get done, but it's gonna taste really good. And these crescent rolls have that buttery flavor to them. Okay, let's Let's just move them in. When it bakes, you're gonna see these lines in here. So you're gonna use, more than likely, I mean, each pie plate is gonna use the same, so trying to get this undone and it's not participating. Yeah, I let it sit out and that's not a good idea. You want to keep it cold until you're ready to use it. So, might look a little sloppy to you, but believe me, when it's done, it's gonna be so good. Okay. And we're gonna bake it on 350. You could do it on 375 if you want, really. But really 350 is probably your best bet. Let me stretch this out because I got a little bit too close. I'm trying to do a few different things right now. In the background, I have goulash. Making goulash. Right now, cooking the macaroni. So I kind of have to get, keep an eye on what I'm doing here. But that's the only way I'll ever get this stuff done tonight. So, okay. Then we're gonna roll up the edge or pinch together the pie dough. You don't have to worry about these little openings here where the pieces of the crescent rolls come together. You don't have to worry about that because that'll let some of the steam out. Okay, now for the crust. And you're just gonna fold the crust on top of the, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, but you'll take the edge on the outside of the pie crust, which is at the edge of the dish, and you can just pinch that together. And then you can make it decorative if you like by pinching or pushing with a fork to make the edges go all the way together. That will help keep it from overflowing too. So, looks a little bit sloppy, but that's okay. I let the crescents get too soft, so it looks a little funny. But here we go. So now you can take the fork or pinch this with your thumbs, and I'm going to take a fork and press down on it. And I'm not trying to do these videos like looking like some big chef. I'm not talking to chefs on here that are famous and gone to cooking school. I'm talking to everyday people just like me. So if you can see, I'm pushing that together. And then if you want to make it look better, when I get done doing this, we will go around the edges and make it look like a nice little circle. Okay, so we go like this with the fork, just to make it look more circular. this pie dish has handles on the end of it, so it's a little bit different than if I just took my round pie plate and did it. So, see, there's little air spaces here for the steam to escape. And then that can kind of show you where to cut your pieces when it's done. After it's cooked, you want to let it cool a little bit before you cut it. So, the other thing I didn't do, hang on one second, is who likes chicken pot pie? I know I do. This may not be the kind that you actually like, but it ought to turn out pretty good for you. Let's get this on here. Because we're going to put a little bit of butter on top of this. You don't need a lot of butter. I know you can't see me, but I wanted to try, and I thought it was most important that you could see what I was doing on this. I don't have my brush out to brush this on, so I'm just trying to do the butter with the spoon. So we're going to push a little bit on here and try and rub it around. What kind of recipe would you like to see? Let me know in the comments and I'll come up with one. I'm going to be showing you how I like my goulash, which is on the sweeter side, and a couple other things. And I'm going to be making some soft, chewy caramels. So now, this is going to go in the oven for about 40 minutes or so. And then we're going to see what it looks like. So while the pie's in the oven baking, that's going to take quite a while. So I will give you the recipe. It's for a quick and easy chicken pot pie. And really the price is not that bad. 1 pie crust for a 9.5-inch pie shell, deep dish. Pie plate. 1 can cream of chicken soup. 1 can of mixed vegetables. And they're already cooked, so that helps in the process of cooking so that you don't get vegetables that aren't done in there. So then you also need 1 or 2 of the small containers of the cooked chicken. I got the grilled chicken, and I actually got it at Aldi's. They're chicken strips. Some salt and pepper, a little poultry seasoning to go in your cream of chicken soup. And you want, unless you're going to use regular pie crust for top and bottom, you'll need the 1 pie crust, plus you need 1 can of crescent rolls that has 8 crescent rolls in it. And melted butter, just to rub on top of the crust. Cover with aluminum foil and bake at 350 degrees for 40 to 45 minutes. So now we wait.